Hello, I'm Svitek, 360 Creative Coach, and in this episode, I want to share a new approach that I'm going to have for myself moving forward that I think will be of benefit to you as well. And that is to create blackout dates for yourself and your work. And what that means is these are dates that you are not going to be working, right? Now, the natural inclination of that is, what about my job? What about, just work in general, right? And yes, this more so applies to, let's say, freelancers or, if you're a business owner or things of that nature. But I think there is a way to at least figure out how you can utilize it even if you work for a company, at least to a minor degree, right? But, one of the reasons I was thinking about this was because, I do plenty of other stuff on the side apart from my regular job. And so at the very least for me, I want to utilize this completely in terms of my side work. And, I know I'm not the only one, especially in the artist community, that has multiple jobs. And so, that's why I think this would help. And so let's really talk about this, right? So blackout dates are dates for yourself that, you're essentially not available, that you can do whatever you please, right? And so for me, I'm looking at it as the holiday season, right? 2 weeks at the end of each year, that's going to be sort of it, and then I might pick a few other days or weeks here and there. It's no different than a company saying, these are like holidays and blah, 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 right? They give that to you, but now you're kind of really defining them more for yourself. And, part of that is communicating it with the people that you work with. So, the clients outside of my regular job that I work with, I'm going to, let them know these are my blackout dates. And, we will have these options of pre-taping. I can pre-edit, whatever we need to do, we can figure that out. Maybe that might entail like finding someone else to fill in, which would fall under your responsibility to figure that out. But all that is doable, so that way you're setting that boundary, and you can have the dates that you want for yourself unencumbered, right? Now, as far as again, my situation's different in that sense than a lot of other people's, but in terms of the work that I do. While I can't outright say like, hey, these are my blackout dates, there is a version of this that I can, email them and be like, hey, as we approach, X, Y, and Z holiday, I'm going to be a little bit busier, so maybe we can, pre-tape, pre-edit, do whatever we can and make best efforts. And generally I found, if you kind of are upfront with people and, and also it's not just about you, but it's like, okay, this is kind of what it is, and let's work together to make it work, and I'll make it as simple on you as possible. Then people are pretty amenable in that respect, and so I'm excited to really utilize this in the new year, and I'm gonna through my blog and other means, other episodes, I'm gonna kind of give you a status update on how it's working and any adjustments that I might make to this idea, whether it's specific strategies, tactics, whatever it may be. But I'm really overall excited about this and really kind of taking control of, my time back and, being able to dictate that a little bit more as opposed to being at the whims. It's not that people are malicious in that way, but, when we don't set boundaries for ourselves, people, will be apt to utilize, your goodwill, if you will. And again, not in a malicious way, but just the nature of it, right? So you got to be your own advocate in a kind and gentle way. So this is how I'm approaching that. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope this helps, and I hope to see you next time.